Welcome to Objective 6, we're going to be talking about the spinal cord. First, the spinal cord begins at the medulla oblongata and it travels inferiorly through the foramen magnum in the skull. And as it's traveling inferiorly, it ends at around L1 to L2 in adults. And next, looking farther inferior in the spinal cord, we're first going to look at the conus medullaris, which is where the spinal cord goes into a cone shape, which again is at L1 to L2 in adults. And next, even more inferior, where the spinal cord ends, is the quadra equina, which also means horsetail, and that's where the nerve roots are in the lumbar and sacral regions, and their spinal cord is not here, so that's why a lumbar puncture can be done here. And then lastly is also the filium terminale, which we're going to talk about later. There's three spinal meninges that surround the spinal cord. So the first one is the dura mater, and this is the tough outer membrane, and that is it separates the spinal cord from the vertebral bodies, and that separation has the epidural space, which in this picture is filled with fat. And also with this surrounding is it goes through the intervertebral foramen where the spinal nerves go out, and it covers the dural root, dorsal and ventral roots, and that's what makes this dural root sheath. Next is the arachnoid matter, which is the middle layer, and is thin and delicate avascular membrane. And the important thing about this layer is in between the arachnoid layer and then the innermost pia is a subarachnoid space, and this space contains cerebral spinal fluid. And next is lastly is the pia mater, which is the innermost membrane, and this directly covers the roots of the spinal nerves. And we talked about earlier the inferior to that conus medullaris is the filium terminale, and this is what suspends the spinal cord in the dural sac.